Arganisima, New York. Your exotic skin, hair, and beauty source, and your one-stop shop for all your natural and organic skin and hair care, featuring authentic organic Moroccan oil and prickly pear seed oil and much more. Bringing you only the best, straight from the source and proudly produced in the USA. So what are you waiting for? Shop today at www.arganisima.com. Arganisima, New York. Your beauty.
Hello everyone and welcome to the iHealth channel, iHealth Radio, with your host Hurricane H here. New day, a new show, a new topic. Our topic today is the topic of adult daycare centers or adult day social daycare centers. And we will actually go on the road for a live feed, for a live interview at a grand opening ceremony in Harlem, New York City, a new facility that is opening doors that will be available to seniors in that particular community. And we're going to talk and learn about what services are offered at this facility and who are the folks behind it, what amenities. We'll take a quick tour and we'll come back and we'll have a little bit of a quick discussion on adult daycare centers, programs, who's eligible, who's not, what's covered, what's not covered, and so on and so forth. So stay tuned and we'll be back for more.
All right, folks, Hurricane H here. Welcome back to the iHealth channel, iHealth Radio, live on location at Apollo Adult Daycare in Harlem, New York City, with the people behind the scene that created this opportunity and resource for the community. I have with me ALMENDRA, who is the CEO and president of the actual daycare center, and she's going to be talking a little bit about what the program is about and who is it for and how is it going to help the community. Also with me, Stephen RIVERA, who is actually known to our channel, a pioneer in the healthcare industry and literally the managed care and work in the community with various logistics and services. So today we're going to just talk to them a little bit about the services here, and then we're going to do a quick tour and we'll talk a little bit more about daycare and how it works for seniors and the communities. That being said, Amanda.
Hi, I'm the CEO President of Apollo Health Corporation, and our main goal here is really to provide a safe space for the seniors of Harlem. You know, Harlem is a place that has birthed so much rich culture onto the world, and they're more than deserving of this quality daycare center. And we offer, from exercise to the game room to massage room. We're just here to be a safe haven for the seniors.
Thank you, Stephen.
Yes, and just to add to that, we're providing all the right social services, the social determinants, in regards to providing and making sure that all the right case management is conducted with our seniors. But, we also like to have fun with our seniors, So we're going to have, because our name is Apollo Health, we're going to have Apollo Amateur Night, where we're going to have our seniors compete in contests in regards to singing and performance, right? So we're looking to partner up with our health plans and other organizations. We're gonna also have senior prom, right? So we're gonna do this once a year, where we're gonna have our seniors dress up, and have their own prom night. And then we have a beautiful outdoor space, over 3,000 square feet, that we're going to take advantage of that during the summertime. And we're going to have barbecues, cookouts, and so forth. So, there's going to be a lot of fun in this location. We know we're going to attract, seniors that are going to be coming here, seniors from the community. Listen, it doesn't matter if they have Medicare or Medicaid. We're going to be attending to all the seniors in the Harlem and South Bronx community.
Wow. Well, it sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. I want to be part of that fun. So let me ask a question. Apollo, Any reason with that name? Any background? I'm sure it's got a little bit of a story.
Absolutely. You know, you got to be in Harlem, right? And if you're in Harlem, the Apollo Theater stands out. Everyone across the world knows the Apollo Theater. So as we decided that Harlem was going to be our first, stomping ground in regards to providing this new way of providing social daycare, we said, you know what, we have to associate it with something that's historical, right? So Apollo Health mirrors the Apollo Theater. That's why we're going to have amateur night here,
Well, I love that, and I don't know. That's strictly seniors, I'm assuming, right? For the fun, or it could be anybody.
Ishan, we'll bring you with the mic and you can sing.
Yeah, I do this. I can't give up my day job. So, Almendra, talk to us about some of the activities that Steven just mentioned right now. Right, they're very exciting. When are you going to start getting the actual activities within here? Like when are they starting?
Well, by next month we'll be up and running. We really want to, welcome in the seniors and make sure that they take part in everything. Also, as well, like we have a computer room. We want to make sure that they're involved in Zoom. With the pandemic, it's been hard to communicate with family members outside of New York, so we're really going to promote that. And as well as, movie nights, just to make sure that they have a fun and it's like a little party every day.
Well, listen, seniors love to be festive, and you know what? It keeps them sociable, it keeps them healthy. That's exactly what we want. Our mission is to keep people healthy and give them a resource. If you are in Harlem, this is a place for you. How can people actually register for you guys? Anyone? Great. It's all good.
Well,
Okay, go ahead.
Well, next week we're open to people coming in as long as they have Medicare, Medicaid. If they have home assistance, they don't necessarily have to be 65. They can come in as long as they have that home assistance. That makes them qualified.
Good. So starting Monday, we can get some people in here. Right. And I know, Stephen, you mentioned something about health plans. Now, my other hat is the health plans, so we're going to be talking about how we can work together and collaborate. I know earlier you had a challenge with sponsorships, so let's see what we can do. I'm going to have to discuss that with the powers that be, but certainly we want to have a piece of that and work with you guys as a partners. Besides just my piece here of sharing the resource, we also want to help the seniors. Our mission is to help the seniors and help people in the community as a whole. Now, you guys are there any other daycares close by here?
That's a great question. So part of the research we did before we built this out here, we did a little bit over 3 years of research of where we were going to place a location, a social daycare. In this area is actually very underserved, and our reach is going to span from the west to the east of Harlem, and then across to the South Bronx area. And in regards to, I don't want to say competitions, but other social daycares that are trying to provide service, there's only like maybe one or two. But, when you look logistic-wise, a little bit over 15 minutes driving distance. So, yeah.
Wow. Well, that's actually pretty big. And again, there is a need. To your point, it's underserved. It's needed. Now, would you be offering transportation as well?
Absolutely.
I'm talking to the king of transportation here. I'm sorry, that was a wrong question.
I may know somebody that could help us.
All right, yeah, let me guess who. All right. Well, that's great. I mean, that's a big deal because, again, to your point, you said South Bronx, not too far. East, West, Harlem, that's a pretty good surface. A lot of, seniors, a lot of housing here, a lot of folks that may be accessing, the senior centers, which actually operate the same. However, it's not the same. Senior centers are publicly and they're sponsored by different departments, but this is more specific. There's a whole program that goes in. Now, Almendra, you mentioned all these services. We're going to do a quick tour later, and we want to see all those facilities. Are they ready for us to actually take a look, or do we, so they're ready. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to go there and take a quick tour, and then when you open, physically, when we have people, we're going to come back and show them in action, and hopefully we'll capture maybe some of those events that you will be doing in the summer. Now, you said 3,000 square feet outside. How about inside? I haven't been yet.
Yeah, we're looking at about 7,000 square feet here.
Indoors?
Indoors.
Ooh, that's huge. That's huge. I love it. I think I'm going to just get lost right now.
You actually will. You're going to have the best tour guide, actually.
Well, listen, I wish you all the best, all luck, all the success. I do want to make sure that we are participating also with you guys from the other side, and even through our media. Anything that you do that is exciting, I'd like to hopefully cover and share in the community. And together we can make it work for everybody and help everyone. Any last words before we do the tour?
Just saying to reiterate, our main goal is to make sure the seniors feel at home here, because Harlem is their home, and we just want to make sure they're well taken care of, that we have their backs, that this is a safe haven for them.
Stephen?
Absolutely. Just wanted to say to the healthcare community, family, I have to say, we welcome anybody who wants to partner up with us. There's multiple things that we're going to be doing here in regards to social services. We're going to have podiatry on site, behavioral health. We're looking to make sure that we bring everything that we can to the seniors here at Harlem. So we're looking for this for the healthcare community to come out, and the family, just like you, Hisham. We're looking forward to your assistance.
Well, I can tell you this: all healthcare, insurance carriers, all these guys that work, in the community, we should all be here. We share the same common mission, which is to help people. And yes, I mean, we all are committed one way or the other to help people. And these folks have to have the insurance level to qualify, right, for the daycare. And on the show, I'll be talking a little bit more on the details of how someone can apply and so on and so forth, what the steps are. So that will be the second part of this segment here. But definitely we'll cover that. So again, if you're watching this, you're hearing this, you're a healthcare provider at any level, insurance carrier, please reach out to Stephen or Almendra, help them out, and just participate. There's plenty of stuff to do here in the community. Last words?
Just thank you. Thank you for coming out. So the first 4 rooms here, they are basically billing, intake, processing, taking members in. And as we make our way down the hall, you'll see various rooms. The first room is the game room. Here they'll be able to play dominoes, checkers, poker, even pool. We have a nice pool table set up. So here's the arts and crafts room. Here we'll have more expressive forms of therapy, which includes art and other little crafts, as well as Sudoku, coloring book for stress relief, just things like that.
Plenty of activities, huh?
Plenty of activities, yes.
All right. What's the capacity here? How many people?
So the capacity is 100 people a day.
A day?
Yeah, that's our main goal, and our main goal is to have at least 400 people a week. Yes.
That's a lot of people having fun.
Exactly. It's going to be a little party here every day.
Now, is that going to be in schedule, meaning different hours, different shifts, or?
So we're going to have 2 shifts, one in the morning and one in the lunch/evening kind of area. We're going to be closed around 6 o'clock.
And now there's programs in English and Spanish, I'm assuming?
Yeah, we're open to Spanish. Predominantly this community is African American, some Afro-Latinos, but mostly predominantly African American. Yeah. So here's the main hall. The main room is where most of the people will be able to watch movies. We're gonna have movie nights on Fridays, and cafeteria. This is where people are gonna be having their meals. It's a big open space.
Great job.
So here we have the shower. It's standard for any social daycare to have showers. Here's the hair salon.
Hair salon, look at that. Wow.
Try to make it gender neutral for men and women to come and get their, get right.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that, right?
Yeah, little haircut,
Yeah, get fixed, get nice.
Here is the nail salon.
And a nail salon.
Yep.
Let's start the section.
It's important to keep clean.
Wow. They get fun.
Yep. So this back area is pretty interesting because, you know, it's very open and adaptable. A lot of the rooms that we have here are about the same size. This room that you see right here is a massage room.
I want to be a member here.
I know, it's very tempting. Very tempting. And here is like some nap rooms. Over on this side is going to be a spot for a nutritionist. And here is a conference room / library room, computer room. They'll be able to have their Bible study for open Bible study here. Maybe show some documentaries. You know, kind of like a learning area.
So this is basically the educational piece.
Exactly.
And the tech piece where they can learn, which is awesome. You have a little bit of everything from activities, fun, educational, even relaxing, meditation places,
and
massage.
This is the area where we're going to promote the Zoom. Because we really want, you know, after the pandemic, it's been hard for seniors to get in contact with their family members who live out of state. So that's something we're really going to promote for them to be doing, you know, get signed up and, you know, just get in contact with their family members.
Oh, well, we're back. What do you think? That was a fun tour. I had a great time, met a lot of great people. There was a very diversified crowd there attending the opening of this particular site. And, there were some original, there were elected officials. There were people out there, from the community leaders. There were also representatives of different community organizations, as well as health plans that, may be affiliated or may have direct contracts with the facility. And we're going to talk about that shortly. Now, as you were able to see through the footage here, this is a grand opening of an adult daycare center where seniors can socialize and pretty much receive amenities and services, including food, and just participate with their peers and just have a social life and a better quality of life than they would if they would just stay home. But so I want to just now highlight a little bit about the adult daycares and what kind of programs they are compared, for example, to a senior center. And some may ask, like, well, it's the same thing. Potentially, yes, but adult daycare centers actually can be a little bit more than just a standard senior center that is usually provided through a city agency or an actual community agency. This is more of a private, owned, service, facility, and it is sponsored or through affiliations with different insurance companies, and or even self-pay. And folks can actually just become, participate in these facilities by default if they are belonging or if they belong to a particular health plan that actually offers home care and adult daycare services through their programs. And we're going to talk about some of those in a second. But really, adult daycares are just what they sound. They're daycares, but for adults, for elderly, and what they do is they provide the opportunity for folks to actually kind of have a facility where they can basically be active, have a very active lifestyle, and receive services at almost no cost. And the cost can vary, and we'll talk about that. In this particular instance, for the most part, these folks will not pay anything out of the pocket, but we'll talk in general. And so also these adult daycare centers can particularly be available almost everywhere. On my Facebook, the channel Facebook page, I have put in a list of all various states and maybe lists of where you, if you're interested as a caregiver or you are looking for your own selves at facilities, this could be an opportunity for you to see where they are located and maybe reach out to them and see how you can benefit from the services they offer. Now, adult daycares serve a lot of different, levels. I mean, someone can be at a hospital and need rehab, and some of these facilities, if they are actually an adult day healthcare facility where they actually provide more than just socialization, they also provide the healthcare and rehabilitation services, whether physical therapy and or even some aid, for bathing and things like that. Those can be, available, and but there are specific ones. Not all the adult daycares do have these components, so you have to look for which one does provide these services specifically. And again, but they're available if you have an insurance plan that covers home health services. They might guide you towards which one of those facilities should be the appropriate one for you. But if you're in the New York market or in any other market in general, I mean, these services are almost similar. I've seen them in various cities around the nation, and they're almost identical in terms of services. But like I said, they just vary here and there, from the one center versus the other based on location and what they actually intend to provide. But so a couple of things that that are beneficial when we're talking about adult daycares. One, the elderly, folks will benefit themselves by being active, by having a lot more of an active lifestyle as opposed to staying home and just kind of collapsing on their own and not having so much interaction with anyone. And typically that is not a healthier way, psychologically speaking and physically speaking. Here, they can actually be more active. There's dancing, there's different things. They, operate their brains, they work their brains well. So a risk of dementia, things like that can be, mitigated in a way. So as long as you activate, obviously I'm not going to talk clinical. There is different things that can affect, how we think and so on and so forth. But certainly if you're active, there are studies that show that the more active you are, the more the brain is active, the more healthier you're going to be. And that's one. And physically as well, these folks can participate in a lot of different things. I've seen actually in those facilities activities such as aerobics, whether you're sitting, you're standing, you have a walker, doesn't matter. They still do it for senior aerobics and things like that, or activities. They do line dancing, they do DJs, birthday parties, prom dates. They do all kind of stuff. Depending on the occasion, the holidays, and every week there's something new. They have dietitians that come out and talk about nutritional programs and nutrition. They have doctors that come out and talk about disease management and pain management and so on and so forth. So every center provides different services and potential learning experience for those folks. And as you saw throughout the tour, I mean, they have gaming rooms, they have spa. I mean, that's a beautiful thing. I mean, that's almost like one of those clubhouses where you can have your own private thing, so you can come in and just enjoy yourself, and you don't have to go anywhere. And the best news is in this particular facility, Polo, there will be no cost for those folks. I mean, somebody's paying for it, obviously, but chances are the folks that will be benefiting will not be paying out of pocket. So again, that's something that you have to verify and vet out with the center and or your insurance company. But so that's one thing. So the other benefit is really for the caregiver. So we all somehow, somewhere at a point of our life, we might be able to care for someone, whether they're younger or older. Sometimes we start with the younger folks, but then ultimately, or we are the youngers, and then eventually we have to either be ourselves elderly or, care for elderly. And our parents, grandparents are, our loved ones, and we want to take care of them. And obviously, when folks get a little bit of aged and they need attending or attention and help and assistance, it could be a little bit more difficult if you're working and you have family and you don't live together, and you have to always monitor the actual health of them, and what they do, the activities, want to take them out. It may be very difficult. So home health services usually is a good place to start, or sometimes folks are almost forced to get someone into a nursing home, which can be very costly. And whether it's subsidized or not, self-pay, it is still costly. And also, it's just a different dynamic. A lot of folks may not want to live in a community or senior center or in a nursing home. Rather, they want to stay in their community and their, in their home and live happy, for life, for whatever their life span. So at the end of the day, it becomes an option. And so for caregivers, it becomes a very difficult task to decide. And also, it's a debate or a discussion that they have with their parents or grandparents to see how that's going to fly and how it's going to work. One way or the other, some people would opt to be on a nursing home, but the majority of people, I think, that would still prefer to stay home and live happy. And for the cost, it's just, something that they have to evaluate, right? And if they have the ability to have a subsidy type of level where they have home care covered at home, and you have home attendant and have home health services and things like that, maybe a physical therapist come in. Some programs do provide that. Or if you have the money to do it, obviously you can, just pay, self-pay for it. And that's also available, but that can be, again, a pricier, tag. However, in the case of adult daycares that we just visited, and the case of Apollo here in Harlem, this will be more of an adult daycare center, and it will be, for the most part, subsidized by, health plans that provide a home care component. So anything with managed care, long-term care, Medicaid managed long-term care, or Medicare integrated programs such as what we call MAP or Medicaid Advantage Plus. And these are programs that actually have, a component of Medicare and Medicaid, and it has also a home care piece to it, and long-term care, services are included. And therefore, these facilities do have contracts with these health plans. And then if you are a member in any of those health plans, you benefit from these services. And of course, there is a care management team that will have to evaluate your needs. They will determine the hours that you will need, whether it's home health or adult day. For the most part, it's a combination of both. So you'll have a couple hours maybe at home where someone come, to your home and assist you with, clothing and everything, bathing and all that. And then you go to the facility, and then you participate during the day. You get meals, activities, and get, a lot of fun. And then you ultimately go back home, and somebody else will take care of you. And in the meantime, as a caregiver, for example, you wouldn't have to worry about your parents or grandparents because they'll be in good hands, and you'll probably take a little break on yourself and do your thing and just hang out with your family, whatever you want to do. Or at least if you're at work, you know that your loved ones are in a good hand and receiving the care that they need. And the safety net is there and everything. You don't have to worry about them. As you can see, these facilities are very, very well equipped. I mean, the staffing ratio is very, very high. You have certain, requirements by the regulatory, bodies, to make sure that, it's not like, people are there sitting there and there's nobody watching them. There's a ratio by how many, members are attending the facility. And these folks will actually be assisting, in and out to service, your loved ones. So those are the elements. So again, in just a nutshell, if you are a caregiver and you want to take care of your parents, but you may have a problem with your time and how to manage, the doing both tasks, doing your life and also taking care of your parents or loved ones. This could be an actual substitute where that they're in the best place, in a good facility with the care that they need, and they are not missing anything. They get in the right nutrition, the right activities, they're social, they're happy, and they're just alive, right? And then, that can be, again, as I said, with a component of home health, services. So someone can also come in at home. And then when you're back home, and if you live with them, whatever, that will be easy. But if you're not, at least somebody is taking care of them without any issues and they're happy and you can participate, you can come in and visit and all the stuff. So but as you can see, if you watch this, I mean, you certainly can see that they'll be in good hands, and Apollo is just a good example of what that facility looks like. I mean, I've seen a few of those over the years, and this is not new. They've been in existence for a minute now, and like I said, there's plenty of them all over the states. So any state, you're gonna have to look at the list, what's available to you. If you're in New York City, if you're in the Harlem area, and if you are in the South Bronx area, Apollo is going to be a good place for you. And so caregivers, elderly folks, if you think that this is a good opportunity for you to inquire about and participate in, please reach out to the Apollo team and find out more how to participate. Or if you are in a managed care plan in New York City and that provides home health services or any MLTC plan, in other states they refer to them as LTSS. In New York, we refer to them as MLTC. But any one of those plans can probably benefit, folks that have Medicaid. Again, that's the key. So in this case, they have to have Medicaid level, which basically is a state-run program with income brackets and so on and so forth. So you have to qualify, and also some resources determinants. But yes, if you have a Medicaid, or you participate in a Medicaid program in New York City, and you have some sort of an ADL needs or like activist daily living requirements, you might qualify for long-term care, and there's a process for it. And if you do, you can join one of those health plans and therefore get those services. Now, if you have Medicare and Medicaid as what we refer to as a dual eligible or beneficiary, then it's a similar concept. You can either go through those MLTC folks and have your Medicare and Medicaid separate, or you can integrate them by joining a MAP plan, as I mentioned earlier, the Medicaid Advantage Plus. These are Medicare programs, but they're integrated with long-term care, and they provide home care assistance, including adult daycare hours. Now, of course, there are no guarantees how many hours you're going to get. Every plan is different. Like I said, there are care managers that determine these needs, and there's a plan of care that is being designed for you. And then when that plan is available, you as an individual or caregiver, as a representative, you might have to accept or not accept. But if you do accept the program, then your parents can participate. And of course, if you're in these plans, there's plenty of additional services offered to you, over the counter. There's some food benefits sometimes. There's transportation, and all the home care stuff that's available to you. Again, some of the plans out there, I mean, I have to say this. I mean, I do work for one of them personally, and I enjoy this because we help people every day, and it's not a secret. I mean, that's my day job. And so, for example, folks that have our plan, which is Centers Plan for Health Living in New York City, they can actually benefit from long-term care services if they have Medicaid, and if they have Medicare, we have a MAP product, and therefore they can also qualify. We are a participating program in the Apollo, so obviously that's our members can benefit from that. And of course, there's other competitive plans or similar plans in New York City that do provide similar services. It depends. If you have one of those plans, you certainly can benefit. So again, inquire with the Apollo team, or just call your plan and find out if you want to participate. And if you live in the area and this is a place you want to go in, you can certainly register quickly. So that's not a big deal. And that's about it. So one thing, we talked about cost briefly about Medicaid. Now, in general, if you're not qualified under Medicaid, there is self-pay, obviously, and some people inquired, and I did some research. I mean, the cost can be anywhere between $25 to $75 plus or $100, depending on what you receive during the day in that facility. So it's like basically you pay for the day's activities and services that you obtain, and then but that can add up in a week. I mean, $50, $75, $100, a day. If you do 3, 4 days, 5 days, I mean, it's going to be very costly quickly, but nevertheless, that is a cheaper cost than you would pay if you were to be on a nursing home. Again, we're not saying anything about nursing homes. Nursing homes have their own merits, and they have their own needs. And so for folks watching or listening right now, I mean, that's an option. Again, there's a lot. Again, we are a resource as a channel, and we provide you with services and resources that are available. It is always up to you to make the decision as to what would work for you, and how you can navigate those systems. My job is to bring them to you as information information and resources, and you got to do the rest, do the due diligence by vetting out everything. You don't have to take it for my through my word here, but certainly you can just take the lead and start looking, and hopefully you'll be able to make the right decision and assist your loved ones in getting the best care that they can get. And again, we want you. My mission is to make sure that everybody's healthy, mentally, physically, have access to resources, and that they live a happy life. That's the bottom line. That's my personal mission. That's my personal legacy. That's the company's legacy here, and message, and vision and mission. So just again, I want to thank the team at Apollo, Stephen and Almendra, for taking the time for the interview. I want to thank them for the tour, and I wish them all the best and all the luck, and the success. And definitely, I'm happy for the community because they can have access to a great facility and a lot of services. And that's just the beauty of it. Community comes together, and folks that are involved in the community and in business, there's nothing wrong with that. Bringing those services to the community is a beautiful thing to see, and maybe that's an example and a sample for a lot of other organizations to see, and hopefully they can maybe duplicate that some in other states or other townships. But at the end of the day, I just want to literally say thank you, Stephen and Almendra, for doing this. Keep up the great work you do out there, and we look forward to working with you on the health plan side, and hopefully we'll deliver the services, and hopefully have a lot of members that can benefit from the facility. That's it from me. That's all, folks. We'll be talking soon. Different show, different guest, different topic. We'll talk soon. Bye.